will be exposed.
I mean, when I walk in, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the sex. Little things that I personally like. A lot of ladies, they just, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Boom. It finally happened. The moment we've all been waiting for. 50 Cent just did the unthinkable. He leaked the tape. Not just any tape, y'all. We're talking about the infamous Diddy freak party footage that's been whispered about in closed circles, teased on shady podcasts, and denied for years. And guess who's in the room? Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, Justin Bieber. Yeah, them. Caught. In. The. Room.
Fucking run from me. You already knew the type of nigga I am before you got here. Don't play. Relax and relax.
What were they doing? Why were the lights red? And why did the music stop right before the camera angle shifted? Oh, we saw it all. And so did 10 million people in the first hour.
Love, so come give me a hug. Getting rough. You can find me in the club.
50 Cent isn't just being petty this time. He's on a mission. A mission to expose what really happens behind those velvet ropes, luxury penthouses, and all-black attire-only invitations. You thought you knew what Hollywood was hiding? Honey, you don't know the half of it. Is this revenge? Is this justice? Or is this just another wild power play in the war of egos? Either way, one thing's for sure. The freak tape is real. And 5-0 just made sure the whole world saw it. Buckle up, because what's coming next will blow your damn mind. What was that?
If you got someone, don't you love when I come around?
Because what 50 Cent just dropped on social media isn't just a petty jab or a shady meme like he usually does. This time, he leaked a full-blown freak tape, straight from one of Diddy's infamous private parties, the ones we've all heard about but never dared to believe were actually real.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually. But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day?
I'm just not with all that 50 shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
And guess who's front and center in this dimly lit, velvet curtain mess of a video? Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, Justin Bieber. Yeah, that Nicki, that Meek, and yes, that Bieber. Caught red-handed. Or should we say red-roomed? But before we even break down the chaos unfolding in that footage, let's talk about why this moment matters and how we even got here in the first place. We all know Diddy's name has been ringing in these digital streets for months now. Allegations left and right, NDAs cracking like cheap sunglasses, and former employees suddenly growing a conscience. It's been scandal after scandal, but this tape? This is the big one. This is the kind of scandal that makes PR teams quit mid-shift and lawyers start looking for international flights out of the country.
And when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, no, I mean,
do understand that I don't believe everybody.
Right.
Like the accusations are way too fast and it's wild. I'm like
Meek Mill tweeted, I want to hire an investigative team to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill named to Diddy case. I also want to look at who's powering the media involving Meek, anything to do with Buddy, and ends in quote, something not right.
And who dropped it? 50 Cent, the undisputed king of messy revenge. He's had beef with Diddy since the early 2000s, and every couple of years, he resurfaces with another brick to throw. But this wasn't a brick. This was a wrecking ball wrapped in velvet, dipped in tequila, and soaked in sin. Now, let's rewind a bit. The leaked video, allegedly filmed in 2016, appears to be taken from a hidden security camera, one mounted in the chandelier of Diddy's now infamous Beverly Hills estate. You know the one, the house that used to host those executive parties that mysteriously had more lingerie than laptops. Yeah, those parties.
What do you think about the undercover community?
I think that if you roll in undercover, right, there's no need to, because I think the opportunities are endless.
Hero stood shoulder to shoulder with Meek Mill.
I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today, and I'm proud.
According to 50's caption, because you know he couldn't just post it quietly, he wrote, "Y'all keep acting brand new, like Puff ain't been doing this." Well, here it is. Lights, camera, freak out. And when the video starts, it's blurry at first, but then the resolution clears up, crisp enough to recognize faces, voices, and some very questionable choreography. In the background, a playlist of 90s slow jams playing on repeat. The lights, dimmed red. The mood, filthy rich and low-key satanic. At the 17-second mark, boom, Nicki Minaj enters, wearing what fans believe was the same outfit from her 2016 after-party look. She's holding a champagne flute, but it's what she says that got people spiraling. Where the freak's at? Excuse me? Just a few seconds later, Meek Mill walks in behind her, smirking like a man who knows he's not supposed to be there. And trailing behind them, practically clutching the wall like he doesn't want to be seen, is Justin Bieber. Hoodie up, eyes darting like a lost puppy in a den of wolves. People are speculating that this was one of those celebrity initiation nights. You know, the ones that conspiracy theorists have been raving about for years. Illuminati vibes. Eyes wide shut vibes. Kardashian family reunion vibes, but darker. Here's the wild part. At around the 2-minute mark, the camera picks up a masked figure. Yes, masked, pouring drinks into golden goblets. Golden goblets, y'all. Who even has those unless you're either royalty or sacrificing goats? And while there's no obvious illegal activity yet, the behavior, body language, and whispers captured in the audio paint a picture that's more than just celebs blowing off steam. It's organized. It's planned. It's coordinated. Some would even say it's ritualistic. So, who else was in the room? That's the part the internet is dying to figure out. Some sleuths say they spotted what looked like French Montana standing near the velvet curtain. Others swear they caught Tyga disappearing behind a beaded doorway. And a few freeze frames allegedly show a figure that strongly resembles Usher near the back hallway, holding a red folder. Why the folder? Usher? But all speculation aside, one thing is clear. The tape is real. The footage is unedited. And 50 Cent just cracked the industry's dirtiest secret wide open. Now here's the real kicker. This leak didn't just drop out of nowhere. According to a supposed source close to 50, this was years in the making. He's allegedly had multiple tapes tucked away in a vault, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And now, with Diddy already on the ropes from multiple civil suits and pending investigations, 50 went for the jugular. It's not just an expose, it's a power move. And Nicki, Meek, and Bieber, they're just collateral damage. But was this really about exposing the truth? Or is 50 playing his own game? And what about the others in that video who haven't been identified yet? How deep does this rabbit hole go? Well, grab your popcorn and keep your phones charged, because part 2 is where we zoom in on the freaky details, the public reactions, and the industry panic that followed this explosive drop. So the internet barely had time to breathe before all hell broke loose. Within minutes of 50 Cent dropping that cursed tape like it was a Friday night single, Twitter, X, TikTok, Reddit, and even LinkedIn exploded with reactions. No platform was safe. No timeline was calm. The hashtags? Hashtag Diddy Freak Files. Hashtag Nicki in the room. Hashtag Meek and Bieber caught. Hashtag 50 was right. And, of course, the trending king. Hashtag Roomgate. Let's start with the most obvious reaction. Diddy's silence. Usually, when something this spicy hits the streets, his PR team is faster than TMZ. But this time, radio silence. No tweets. No threads. Just a cryptic Instagram story of ocean waves with a caption, "Stay in your peace." Boy, if you don't. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj's fanbase, the Barbs, were in full DEFCON 1. The moment her face popped up in that freaky little clip, they went into forensic mode, analyzing her earrings, matching her outfit to past events, even comparing her champagne flute to pictures from 2016. One Barb's thread confidently concluded, it was the Met Gala after-party. We warned y'all about Diddy's VIP section. Others weren't so forgiving. A viral tweet read, Nicki been dropping hints in her lyrics for years. He ain't hit the kitty wasn't just shade, it was a warning. And let's not forget Meek Mill, who practically trended for all the wrong reasons. People started digging up old interviews where he said things like, I don't do weird parties, I'm about real vibes. Well, define weird, Meek. Justin Bieber's reaction? Let's just say evasive. He posted a black and white picture of a dove and captioned it, sometimes peace is louder than noise. Sir, were you at Diddy's party or auditioning for a meditation app? But behind the memes and tweets, there was a growing wave of unease. Because this wasn't just a celebrity caught cheating or saying something dumb. This was a tape. A freaky, dimly lit, slow jam soundtrack tape that confirmed years of rumors about Diddy's inner circle. And it didn't stop there. Anonymous sources, and by anonymous we mean bold industry folks using burner accounts and voice-changing apps, started spilling everything. One supposed ex-bartender at Diddy's house parties went live on TikTok and said, that wasn't even the wildest night. One time, a Grammy winner showed up wearing a goat mask and left with a bag full of cash. Excuse me? Another alleged staff member claimed Diddy had a secret no-phone drawer at the entrance, where everyone dropped their devices before entering. But someone always broke the rule, she said. And apparently that someone was 50. Boom. There it is. Turns out, 50 Cent didn't just stumble upon this footage. He may have been sitting on years' worth of tapes, all from the same era. According to one source, he had an inside man, someone who worked AV at the house and copied everything before quitting. Now, people are demanding to know, how many tapes are out there? Who else is in them? And is this about exposing Diddy or controlling him? Because let's not pretend 50 Cent is some moral whistleblower. The man lives for chaos. And this was calculated. He posted the video at exactly 12 a.m. Eastern. Why? Because that's when international press outlets are most active. And within 1 hour, the footage had been downloaded, reposted, and edited into 1,000 versions, slow motion, color-corrected, zoomed in on Bieber's nervous face, you name it. And let's talk about those edits. One viral TikTok used Cardi B's voice over the footage. What was the reason? Another spliced the party clip with old Diddy interviews where he says, "We don't party like that anymore." Oh, really? Then what was that, sir? A prayer circle? Even daytime TV got in on the action. A major talk show host very carefully tiptoed around naming names but said, "There's footage circulating of a private celebrity gathering that's shocking, to say the least. We urge parents to monitor what their teens are seeing online." Too late. The teens already saw it. The teens already made memes. The teens already sold NFTs of Meek Mill looking confused next to a chocolate fountain. And the reactions from within the industry? One rapper posted, "Eyes, eyes, eyes," with no caption. Deleted it 20 minutes later. Another R&B star simply tweeted, "See? Told y'all. That house was never just about music." One former BET executive allegedly told a journalist, "There were always rumors. We just didn't have proof. Now we do." And guess who else is catching heat? The celebrities who weren't in the room but knew about it. Names like French Montana, Cassie, Bryson Tiller, and even Drake are being dragged for knowing the truth and staying quiet. And then there's that one blurry silhouette in the corner of the room that TikTok insists is either Usher or Tory Lanez in disguise. No one knows for sure. But one thing's clear. This tape opened Pandora's penthouse. And as more people come forward, the claims are growing darker. secret cameras hidden in teddy bears, performance-enhancing drinks passed around, celebrities blindfolded for trust games. What is happening? Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is allegedly scrambling to file emergency injunctions. But here's the thing. It's already out there. You can't unsee it. You can't unplug the internet. And you definitely can't sue 50 Cent into silence. He wants the smoke. Which brings us to the final chapter. Because while the memes are hilarious, the fallout is getting serious. Brands are pulling deals. Sponsors are going ghost. And one government agency may have just started asking questions. So here we are. The video is out, the internet's on fire, and Hollywood is doing what it does best, pretending nothing happened while their PR teams bleed behind the scenes. Let's start with the official fallout. Because while Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and Justin Bieber haven't dropped public statements, their teams are moving like rats on a sinking yacht. A source close to Bieber's camp claims that 2 major brand partnerships, including a rumored collab with a high-end fashion label, have been temporarily paused pending review. One insider flat out admitted, they're terrified of what might leak next. If this is just one night, what else is out there? Exactly. And let's not forget, 50 Cent hinted this was only the beginning. In a cryptic IG post following the release, he wrote, "One down. More to come. Don't worry, everybody gets their moment." Underneath, a devil emoji, a popcorn gif, and a comment from Snoop Dogg that just said, "You playin' with dynamite, my guy." Even Nicki's silence is loud. While she didn't address the tape directly, fans noticed she unfollowed both Meek Mill and Diddy on Instagram within hours of the leak. That alone was enough to send the Barbs into code pink meltdown mode. One fan wrote, "Nicki don't play. If she's distancing, it means she knows something big is coming." Oh, and then there's Meek. Poor Meek. The man's been reduced to posting gym selfies and quotes like, "Focus on the mission. The truth always wins." What truth, Meek? The one with the red room? The chocolate fountain? Or the part where you whispered, "Y'all wild," and stayed anyway? But this scandal isn't just roasting reputations, it's pulling legal heat like never before. Multiple outlets are now reporting that civil attorneys, former House staff, and 2 anonymous industry insiders are prepping statements for an upcoming federal investigation into Diddy's long-rumored event practices. Allegedly, the FBI's cybercrime division is involved due to unlawful surveillance, private blackmail material, and unlicensed security protocols. Translation? Somebody was recording people and not for security purposes. Even Hollywood lawyers are sweating. A high-profile attorney in Beverly Hills told Rolling Trash Weekly, "You know the one. If it's proven that tapes were created and stored without consent, even in private settings, it could open the door to federal charges, especially if any coercion was involved." And just like that, what started as freaky party gossip is now being reviewed by the Justice Department. But let's go even deeper. The music industry is now fracturing from within. Multiple artists, producers, and stylists are now allegedly working with a Netflix documentary team to produce a tell-all titled, "Under the Velvet: The Real Parties of Power." Oh yeah, this is going big. Alleged whistleblowers include former Bad Boy interns, ex-chauffeurs, even a makeup artist who claims she once had to help cover up a black eye after one of those nights went too far. And guess what's driving them all to speak now? Fear. And revenge. Many of these insiders signed NDAs that, according to a leaked legal draft, were non-standard, intimidating, and often exchanged for hush money or industry favors. If that's proven true, Diddy might not be facing just a PR nightmare, but actual jail time. And that's where things get really dark. An anonymous former associate of Diddy's security team contacted an underground podcast and claimed this. There are more than a dozen tapes. Some from 2014, some from as recent as 2021. Celebrities, executives, athletes. They weren't just partying. They were being documented for leverage. He kept backups in case anyone crossed him. Sound like fiction? Maybe. But it's fiction that now smells an awful lot like fact. Because guess who else is sweating? Streaming platforms. Rumors are flying that Diddy was in late-stage talks with 2 streaming giants for a biographical series about his rise in the music business. But after this tape, dead in the water. One exec was quoted anonymously saying, "There's no way we can greenlight anything while this is circling. Even if he's innocent, we're not gambling that money." And then there's the celebrities caught in the crossfire. French Montana deleted all comments from his last 5 Instagram posts. Usher quietly canceled a Vegas club appearance. And fans noticed Kanye West, of all people, posted a cryptic message that read, "The fake get exposed when the freak get filmed." What does that even mean? But honestly, it fits. And as for Diddy, the man's vanished. His LA mansion? Empty. Security guards seen removing electronics. His private jet? Grounded in New Jersey. His social media? Dead silent. The last thing he posted before going ghost? A video of him walking barefoot on a beach at sunset with a voiceover saying, "You can't run from who you are." Well, you can try. But when 50 Cent is the one chasing you, good luck, buddy. So now the world has seen it. The Red Room, the freak tape, the glittering empire of lies, secrecy, and sin that was never supposed to come to light. And the question is, are you ready for what's next? Because this wasn't just some random leak. This was a strategic hit. 50 Cent didn't drop that tape to start drama. He dropped it to start war. And trust us, that man plays the long game. Nicki Minaj unfollowed. Meek Mill went silent. Justin Bieber is out here posting doves and deleting comments like he's in witness protection. But none of them have denied it. None of them have said, "That wasn't me." Because they can't. So, what happens when tape 2 drops? When a bigger name shows up? When somebody's marriage ends, a brand collapses, or a legend falls? This isn't just celebrity gossip anymore. This is blackmail, betrayal, and billion-dollar secrets getting torched on live feeds, one clip at a time. Now it's your turn. Backhand index pointing down, drop your hottest theory in the comments. Backhand index pointing down, who do you think is on the next tape? Backhand index pointing down, who's faking innocence, and who's about to get exposed next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of this unfolding madness. Because here at Celebrity Press, we don't spill tea. We flood the whole damn mansion. Stay locked in. Because if 50 Cent's vault opens all the way, Hollywood might never recover.